This match, of course, the 7th in a series of 7. The two most exciting words in professional sports, Game 7, Match 7 in this case. It is a death match, and Tony Ortega throwing caution, immediately just dropping bombs on Joey Terrofyin. There are no rules. Those closed fists are as legal as a headlock. Tony Ortega showing Joey Terrofyin he means business. There has been no love lost between the two of these men in the 6 matches leading up. Tony Ortega telling me he was on the defensive a bit heading into this match. Doesn't look to be that way here, sending Terrofyin right outside. Terrofyin looking, well, I have to question the wisdom of that fan on many levels, being a Red Sox fan, and then helping Joey Terrofyin out with that lower back massage to the lumbar region. Tony Ortega sending him right into the ballast, the support of the building, trying to bring the entire watering bowl down on Joey Terrofyin right now is Tony Ortega. And the Lost Soul chopping the soul out of Joey Terrofyin there, but Terrofyin has a response. A little later now in the action, fighting up the stairwell here at the watering bowl. Smokey looking like he's having the time of his life right there. He might be the only one because these two men are beating the piss out of each other. And that definitely probably chipped one of the chiclets in the mouth of Joey Terrofyin right into the stair railing. And oh my God, he's gonna send... That is a 15-foot drop onto concrete and a table. That table ain't gonna support much, folks. Joey Terrofyin now trying to turn it around on Tony Ortega. You're gonna throw me? No, I'm gonna try to throw you, but Ortega fighting his way back. Beautiful elbow right there. Probably just saved his own life right there, did Tony Ortega. And there are no rules here tonight. Falls count anywhere. Nick Gossert is there strictly to count to 3 or make sure someone is not dead. And Jenga right there. The whole set goes down. Ortega throwing some blocks from the Jenga set. Everything is legal here. Joey Terrofyin doesn't even know where he is right now. Swinging blindly. Gotta watch out for that $1,000 jukebox right there. I've broken a couple of those things. You don't want to pay for those. Chop right there from the Lost Soul, Tony Ortega once again. And that is just not sanitary. There is alcohol served there, sir. You cannot rub Joey Terrofyin. You cannot slam his face into a bar. This place has health codes to worry about. And my God, once again with the punishing chop. And these miscreants, these devoted, devout Denverites here at the watering bowl, loving every second of it. And Tony Ortega is going to hang Joey Terrofyin from the rafters here. I thought this was Joey T versus Tony Ortega, not Dalton Bragg versus Eric Angel. Joey Terrofyin saving his life there with a back elbow to the face of Tony Ortega, and that right into the solid oak and steel railing. And that elbow was definitely a little south of the border. Hope Terrofyin wasn't trying to have any kids right now. Or at this point 5 years ago anyway. And trading forearms back and forth. Joey sends Tony down to the floor here at the watering bowl. This was a best of 7 series, tied up 3 apiece. Tony Ortega was able to best Joey in a wrestling match, which Joey felt was Tony's element. Challenged Tony to something more Joey Terrofyin style. Has Tony Ortega up here kicking the cameraman to get out of that slam. Almost went through the table. Both men back into the ring here, at least for the time being. Respectful Nick Gossert has no time to laugh right now. Joey Terrofyin using the ropes to keep himself up right now. Joey Terrofyin, definitely no stranger to death matches, slave to the Deathmatch 5 champion. And he is in a dangerous, dangerous place right now. I would not want to be there. He is hanging precariously off that apron. Ortega doing what he can to send Terrofyin down. Terrofyin doing everything he can. A big kick there, and Terrofyin gets sent through the table. Joey Terrofyin did everything he could to avoid disaster there, but in the end it was not enough. Tony Ortega in his first deathmatch, looking like the deathmatch veteran here, sending Terrofyin through the table. And he looks like he's got bad intentions here, does Ortega. Right onto the table in concrete! You can see the pain etched across the face of Joey Terrofyin right now. Here's the cover. Gossert outside. 1, 2. Terrofyin somehow able to kick out. I don't know how in the hell he was able to do that. Showing everybody here in Denver at the watering bowl that that was a 2 count. Ortega pulling his opponent back up now. Of course, Tony Ortega was at the bottom of a pile of chairs. Almost lost his ear. Had to have it surgically reattached. And he looks like he could have the same thing in mind for Terrofyin right now. You took my ear, I'm gonna take yours, but Terrofyin says no. Uses the railing of that chair to the midsection and then introduces Ortega's face to the steel. Does Joey Terrofyin, showing Ortega it is gonna take a little more than that to keep him down. And Terrofyin has some terrifying intentions, it looks like. He's setting up a platform out of chairs. He's got that ladder. That fiberglass ladder has absolutely no give to it, taking it across the entire torso of Tony Ortega. Just now was Joey Terrofyin, that 5-foot ladder. It looks like Terrofyin is trying to get him set up to go on to that ladder. Has him up, Terrofyin. No! Ortega able to fly out of it. Tornado Bulldog! Damaging both men! The lumbar and pelvis and lower back region of Ortega screaming in pain, but the head of Joey Terrofyin hit nothing but the steel steps of that ladder, able to kick out somehow after a 2 count is Terrofyin after that Tornado Bulldog on to the ladder. And let me tell you something, kids, that is not a bag of candy joke that Tony Ortega has in his hand. Everyone here at the watering bowl knows what it is. I'm fairly certain everyone at home watching knows what it is. That's right, it is about 10,000 brass tacks, but Terrofyin playing a little bit of possum there. The 2 men struggling now, neither one wanting to be introduced to those thumbtacks the wrong way. Terrofyin just trying to force Ortega's face into those thumbtacks right now. And Ortega fighting back. against the Slave to the Deathmatch 5 champion, Joey Terrofyin. But Terrofyin once again gains the upper hand here. He looks like he's got some bad intentions right now. They both have bad intentions here. It's a death match. He looks like he's about to send them straight to hell with that tombstone. Ortega says no. Has it reversed right onto the thumbtacks. My God! That is nothing but skull meaning thumbtacks and the wrestling mat after that tombstone. 1, 2, able to kick out from just sheer instinct is Joey Terrofyin right now. The man can have no idea where the hell he is after taking a tombstone, let alone a tombstone on thumbtacks. His adrenaline has got to be pumping. That is the only thing keeping either one of these men in this match right now. And it looks... there's no cheese in the ring right now, but there's a cheese grater. Joey Terrofyin knew what everyone here in the watering bowl knew, and that was that cheese grater was about to meet his face. Both men back to their feet, knee to the midsection, and struggle over this cheese grater right now. Ortega wins out, and now he's just gouging and tearing the flesh of Joey Terrofyin right now with that cheese grater. You can hear the adulation here from the watering bowl. You can hear Terrofyin screaming in pain. And there you see the implements of destruction. These men have nothing but ill intentions for each other. This feud has been going on the better part of a year. Both men have lost blood, sweat, and tears. Tony Ortega almost lost an ear. What? Oh my God! Guillotine leg drop just sent Joey Terrofyin face first into the thumbtacks, and now he's just having his face smashed into those tacks. 2, able to kick out once again is Joey Terrofyin. Respectful Nick Gossert only able to get to a 2 count there. Oh my God. And it looks like Tony Ortega is adding some sauce to this pizza. That is a pizza cutter right across the forehead of Joey Terrofyin. That'll peel his wig back most definitely. Terrofyin screaming in pain and anguish right now. And Tony Ortega giving no quarter. Looks like he was going for a face buster or some kind of Rana there. Joey Terrofyin saw it coming. The man is trying to respond with some offense of his own, and a face buster from Tony Ortega. Turnabout being fair play in this death match. A face full of attacks for Tony Ortega, courtesy of Joey Terrofyin, and Terrofyin hasn't let go yet. He has maintained control this entire time. He's once again trying to force the entire torso of Ortega into those thumbtacks, and now he has him. Now he has those backs and the shoulders pinned. Ortega able to kick out. 2, once again able to kick out. Joey Terrofyin doing everything he can to keep those shoulders down. Ortega kicks out. Monkey flip from Tony Ortega. Right onto the thumbtacks. Joey Terrofyin's back has to be screaming in pain right now. giving absolutely no damn about it though, turning the pain into a pinning combination into the thumbtacks on Ortega. Ortega able to reverse out of it. Another 2 count. Terrofyin able to bridge out of it. These two men know each other so well. They've trained together. They've been facing each other in the 7th consecutive match right now. There is nothing one can do that the other doesn't know is coming. Cover 2. Able to kick out. Not necessarily kick out, but gets a shoulder up. Does Joey Terrofyin. And there you see it. At least 10,000 of those thumbtacks in the ring right now. Those brass beauties, you can see a few of them in the scalp of Tony Ortega right now. Ortega saying this may be the only death match he has in his career. For Joey Terrofyin, this is just a regular Saturday night. Ortega doing what he can to get the watering bowl here behind him to build that momentum. The crowd has been chanting for Tony all night. And oh my goodness, the lights may about to be going out here on Leedsdale. No! Terrofyin able to reverse it. Terrofyin has him up. Ortega able to get out of it. The two of them fighting. Neither one of them wants to meet the fluorescent light tubes. And those are plugged in. That is going to be searing hot glass and gas once that light tube explodes, if it explodes in this death match. Ortega asking the crowd here at the watering bowl if they want to see it. They definitely want to see it. Tony Ortega looking to bring a whole new meaning to put someone's lights out. Oh my God! Fluorescent light tube meeting spine 2. Terrofyin able to kick out. Both men fighting in the corner now. Ortega just laying in forearm after forearm. These men have been fighting for almost 20 minutes at this point. Big reversal there from Terrofyin, but no! Ortega sees it coming. Joey Terrofyin sent right into the bed of nails. And a chair shot. Let me tell you something, folks. That is not a bed you want to be hit with. And Joey has been hit with it about 5 times now here. You can hear the pain in Joey Terrofyin screaming. Tony Ortega with a drop kick right into that bed of nails once again. And again with all of his body weight that time, Joey has collapsed to the mat. No man can take this kind of punishment. This has to be over. And oh no. It might be over, but Joey Terrofyin fighting back, trying to fight back at the very least. Ortega with that bed of nails again, high above his head. Joey Terrofyin doing what he can to fight it off. Ortega able to overpower him, has him completely underneath that bed of nails. Has a chair now. Oh my goodness. Just doubling the damage that bed of nails can do with that chair. That is literally hammering nails into Joey Terrofyin's torso and face and eyes right now. Ortega up on the top rope. Double stomp! Double stomp! Cover! 1, 2, Ortega wins! Tony Ortega has won this best of 7. Joey Terrofyin still can't even get the bed of nails off of him. Joey Terrofyin is only twitched really in the last 30 seconds to a minute or so. Respectful Nick Gossard checking on him one more time. Tony Ortega feeling the effects of this match as well. For a man who had never been in a death match before, Tony Ortega definitely showed that he belongs in a death match, beating the Slave to the Deathmatch 5 champion, beating Joey Terrofyin at his own game is Tony Ortega. There you can see Joey Terrofyin being checked on. And this is action that you can only see at Primos. And there is your winner, Tony Ortega. He told me that he gained a new respect for Joey that night. Called him his best friend, but a better enemy. These two men have been up and down the road together. South of the border together. And this rivalry, this feud, ends here in the ring in 7 matches in a death match. And once again, your winner, Tony Ortega, reigning in the adulation of the fans here at the Watering Bowl. Terrofyin still hasn't moved for the better part of 2, maybe even 3 minutes at this point. You can see the broken glass from the light tubes. You can still see some of the other implements of destruction, and Joey Terrofyin finally sitting up now, which is something you definitely want to see. It means he will definitely fight another day. Slowly getting to his feet now is Joey Terrofyin. You could see him pulling thumbtacks out of his forehead and his skull earlier. And there you see the broken light tubes that were broken on the back of Joey Terrofyin. Some of that glass definitely lodged into the back and torso of Joey Terrofyin, and Terrofyin has a microphone.
Don't go anywhere, Tony. I said, shut up. Shut up. I said, tonight I was gonna teach you a lesson. But what I didn't know is that you were gonna teach me a lesson. If you accept my apology, I'm gonna admit that we took this shit way too far because you are my best friend. Can you accept my apology? Because that was one hell of a match, and you deserve to win.